The tall, gangly thing?
Hello and welcome. Today I'm joined by one of the North American TFT greats, third place at the TFT Reckoning Championship, the Kled abuser himself. It's DeliciousMilkGG. Milk, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for inviting me.
So for anyone who may not be familiar with who you are, why don't you just go ahead first and tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yes. I've been playing TFT pretty much since set one. Yeah.
Now, you've been one of the best, really, in North America since the beginning of set one, but I'm actually a little more interested in learning about the history of your competitive gaming career. Are there any other games you've ever played at a high level like TFT?
Like highest TFT, not really, but I tried at League, but kind of failed. So here I am at TFT, which is actually the case, I think, for a lot of TFT players. A lot of them are failed League players.
What was the highest you ever got apart from TFT?
What do you mean highest? Oh, you mean like rank?
Yeah.
Oh, it was like 20 something. I don't know.
Oh, so that's like back. Oh wait, you're saying rank is in like number 20 on the ladder? Or you're saying like 20 something like MMR?
Rank 20 something.
Oh, so you were pretty much up there. Did you ever compete in tournaments or anything?
Like back in the old days.
Interesting.
Like season 3.
Do you ever play with the players who ended up making it into the pro scene?
Yes, like half the people I played with. Pretty much.
Really? Can you drop any names that you remember?
I mean, just like half of them just made it. Basically, everyone made it but me. Okay, literally everyone made it but me.
All right, well, we'll move on then. We'll move on. Now, you've been described by a lot of people actually as the kind of player who masters a certain play style. I mean, we kind of saw that at the World Championship with choosing to play Kled. But would you agree with that description of your play style? And if so, why do you prefer to play that way?
Honestly, I don't know. I just feel like it's the easiest way to play, so it's what I play.
You feel like, people talk about this dichotomy of like the innovator versus the perfecter, right? And do you agree that you feel like you're more of the perfecter?
I feel like the perfecter also has to innovate, no? Because you have to innovate within your own comp, kind of. Like, because to be the best at your own comp, you have to like somewhat innovate the comp. Like, I don't know. Like how to play it. Like, even if it's like a 6 synergy, the best way to play the 6 synergy and stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people kind of talk about, when you're one-tricking a comp, it's not like you're playing the same game every single game. You're just kind of ending up in the same place every game, right? I know that's something Gunmay has been very vocal about back when he was like the Berserker player, like the Space Jam player, where it's like your mid-game changes every game, and that's kind of where the skill expression is. Would you agree with that?
I feel like the skill expression is like every point in the game. It's like early, mid, and late. Because even like late game, I don't know. It's too hard to explain. I don't really know, but I feel like honestly, I don't even understand TFT. You're asking the wrong person.
All right, well, let's move on to Worlds. Let's talk about Worlds. Obviously, you're coming right out of the tournament. The first thing I just want to know is how are you feeling coming out of the event?
You mean like day 1 or day 2?
Now that the event is over, how do you feel?
Oh no, it's over. Oh, it's in the past. I lost. I'll just think about the future.
Well, you went into the event saying you were in a 20 out of 20 Kled, and you almost did. You played a lot of it, but I'm curious to know actually, how did the practice you had in scrims actually compare to what happened in the tournament?
Okay, I mean, the thing is, I got contested a lot more in scrims, I think, because I just told people to contest me. So I knew the comp was pretty broken. I think day 1, my first day, I think I low rolled. In the second day, I think I high rolled. Like, people say, like, my rolls on the first day were, like, really bad. Because I like, with the one game, I had, like, 20 gold opener into a 50 gold stimmy or something, or 30 gold stimmy, and I hit until, well, like I had to roll down to exactly 0 to hit, which is, like, yeah. With a full gold opener into a full gold stimmy, which is, like, impossible, I feel.
Yeah, I forget which day it was. There was one day that you had that insane comeback. It might have been day 1 where you were at like 3 HP, right? Is that the game you're talking about?
No, it was only the game before that.
Actually.
Okay. That game. But the thing is, then the next day I hit so many Kleds, but I don't know how I lost so hard. Actually, I topped two games, and in the third game, I had 3 spell weavers, so that game was a fluke because I had 3 spell weavers, which basically is impossible to have 3 spell weaver spats, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you talked before about you got to be able to innovate, but I think it's a little hard to make do when you have 4 Spellweaver Kled.
Yeah, I've seen the only other person I've seen play 4 Spellweaver Hellions is Skara, and he went 7 for 8. Yeah, that was like the day before. I was looking at his match history actually because he told me he played it. I was looking at his match history, and I played it. I lost.
Was there anyone at the event that surprised you with how they placed?
Yes, Esha. I thought Esha was going dead last, or okay, I thought Esha was not, or maybe not dead last, but I thought Esha was gonna be like worse than he was. I thought Esha didn't play the game, but he actually played the game, somewhat. Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought he'd be drawing dead. So yeah. So Esha impressed. I say out of everyone in the tourney, I would say Esha impressed me the most.
There was quite a bit of representation from those minor regions. I knew Nukumaru, Mbappe, Esha all making those top 8 appearances. It was pretty wild to see, these players who no one really expected to make it very far actually make it to top 8.
Yeah, more play-in players made it than first seed players made it to the last lobby, which is kind of insane.
Wow.
I mean, obviously because there's four of them. Like 4 of them made it. So no matter what you put, like there's more of them made it.
Yeah.
There's four play-in players made it, which is yeah.
Now, in the past, you've been a pretty vocal or loud voice in the community about broken comps or broken game states or patches, things like that. But it actually seems like in the last couple of weeks, there's been a bit of a change in how you've presented yourself online. I mean, even a couple of days ago, you did.
Oh, that's because I haven't played TFT in a week or 2 weeks. So
are you
my
saying
mental is refreshed.
So the longer you don't play TFT, the better your mental is? Is that what it is?
Yes. I love taking breaks from TFT.
Well, I know you even did say that, with the next set, you're going to be making YouTube content. You're going to be nicer to Mort Dog. I mean, is this a brand new Milk, or is this something that's kind of like the end of the set honeymoon and we'll see what kind of happens?
No. The more I stream and do stuff means the less I play.
The more you stream, the less you play.
Yes.
So can we expect to see Milk streams not TFT, or is it still all going to be TFT streams?
No. I'm gonna stream TFT, but I'm gonna play the game less. So let's say if I stream 0 hours, it means I might be playing 160 hours or like 200 hours a month, right?
Okay.
If I stream 100 hours, it means I'm playing 100 hours.
Ah, I see. I gotcha. So the Milk we'll see in Set 6 on stream is probably the extent of the amount Milk is playing TFT. You're probably not playing as much off stream, right?
We'll see how much I have fun in playing.
Okay.
It always depends. Basically, just like.
Is there a chance we see Milk, put the try-hard pants back on and try and make another run to Worlds?
I mean, yeah, obviously in the future. I mean, there's so many sets, and also like TFT is the best thing about TFT. I think is you can quit for however long you want, and you just always come back, and you'll be like as good as everyone else because everyone has to start from fresh. As long as you like your basic as long as you know like the basic fundamentals, you can always come back whenever.
Now, Set 6 comes out on PBE in a week. So I want to know, is there anything in particular that you're excited about, whether it's the augment system, duos mode, or anything else?
I'm just excited to play Set 6 because it's something new, Yeah.
I know, you've kind of had your on and off points of TFT. You came back in Set 5, it seemed just as hard as you have ever before, maybe even harder. Is there something you're looking for specifically in Set 6 where you can say, if this set can do this for me, then I'm going to try really hard, I'm going to play a lot? Yeah. Or is it really just about having fun?
It's literally just if I have fun or not. If I have fun, I can play a lot. If I don't have fun, it's people leave.
Now, long term, let's talk about the future. What does your career in TFT or your life in TFT look like? Do you want to ride it out as long as you can? Do you ever see yourself just streaming full time in different games?
I kind of already know I don't want to become a streamer. It's not really a career path I want to go down, I feel like, because I don't want to look back when I'm 30 and just been like, I streamed 160 hours a month for the last like 5 years and not knowing what happened, you know? So yeah. And as for TFT, I feel like TFT I just bounce in and out forever. Like when I feel like it, I just play. When I don't feel like it, I just don't play. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, who knows? Maybe when you're 30, you may not be streaming, but you'll randomly become the dark horse in TFT Set 16 World Championships and finally make that run, right?
It is, 16, yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the best thing. It's actually the best thing about TFT. You literally just come back whenever.
Now, something new. We haven't done this before, but actually, we have a couple Twitter questions for you. And the first one's coming from at Michael the Goat, who asked, when is TFT at its best? Is it when reroll is viable, fast 8 meta, and what's an example of one of your favorite patches in TFT?
Oh, it's when all that stuff is viable. So literally, set 2, some sins, reroll stuff was broken, everything was fun. It's literally, I don't think I've ever had fun since set 2. Like set 2 is probably the last time I had fun in TFT. Set 2, like it's like some sin it's fast 8, it's also rolled 7. It's also reroll comps that are good. There's also like all the reroll comps were fun. Everything was broken. Everything was fun. I don't know. The comp was not even a comp. It was like, yeah. I just love set 2.
I've heard a lot of people criticize set 2 actually, and I feel like
but those people didn't even play set 2. That's who's criticizing set 2.
Do you think how much of that is that the player base was actually worse at the game in set 2? Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Not really. The thing is, like, it's not even that. It's like the comps, like it just worked well within itself. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like the flow of the game was better than the flow of the game these days. It's like Mortal like forces the flow now instead of like I'm not explaining. I don't know.
Listen, as a set 2 Olaf one trick, I'm all for it. Bring it back. I just want my glacials. I would love to see it again.
Honestly, about set 2, I don't even remember Olaf. I guess there wasn't one. Like there's like 1 or 2 Olaf patches. But I remember like Olaf
towards the end.
No, yeah. Oh, I quit. I remember Olaf was like there was like something Mortog saying that like he was every time he nerfed Olaf was because of low elo. That's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah.
He said everyone low elo was abusing Olaf, and like he was nerfing it, and we're all like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "It's because of low elo. It's too broken." Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe in set 6, we'll start to see a meta emerge that is a little bit more flexible, like some sin. That is something that I know a lot of the top players really loved about set 2. So we'll have to see what happens in set 6.
It's also like Lux, man. Is it? Also like I don't know. Everyone could be a carry. 3 costs could be carries, you know. Nowadays, you never see 3 cost carries.
But like what about Yasuo, Riven, Italy?
No, 2-star. 2-star. You know, you can't like you've never seen like no one ends the game of a 2-star Riven 3.
I see.
I mean, 2-star Riven 2. I mean, a 3-item Riven 2, a 3-item Yasuo 2. Like that's impossible, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future. Now, the next Twitter question I have is from at Brendan Horsley, who says, "After Worlds, you tweeted thanks to those who helped coach me and give advice gave advice. Who did you talk to the most, and what were some of the things that you learned?"
Oh God.
You thanked him on Twitter, man. You got it.
There's so many people though. My main Hellions coach, I would say, was Rue Astrid. I don't know if you know her, but I guess she gave me the most amount of tips for Hellions for sure. Also, Pocky helped me a lot about stuff in general. Also, I got coached by Desky. And the only reason I haven't made it to Worlds is because I got help from Salvia during regionals. Also, I got coached by, I got tips from, can I just look at my DMs real quick? I'll just give everyone a shout, okay?
Yeah.
Let me see. I also got tips from, Jiggly. Jiggly actually gave me a lot of tips. Spencer, Ramkev, Nico. Also, shout out to my friends, I guess, too, at that point. That, like, my 4 fun friends played TFT with me during Worlds. It's like Soju, Kyu, Emily, P-God, Raditz, Robin.
Wait, those were your 4 fun friends?
Oh yeah,
your
yeah.
game?
Those are my 4 fun friends.
Okay.
And the other ones were my coaches.
Okay,
But my
okay.
4 friends were the ones that played TFT with me because they weren't that for fun. But
I mean, Robin was in the tournament with you. He can't be
wait,
that for fun.
no. He played with me to Worlds.
Ah,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay.
Like we played ranked together. Yes.
Gotcha.
Also,
gotcha.
I probably missed a couple people, but also the golf Discord, I guess, as well. Those people, and yeah, I got coached by a lot of people. I don't think I understand. Too many people.
You had the whole player base of NA behind you, and some of EU.
And some of EU, also China, and I guess only Korean I knew was Yubin. So yeah, so every region.
Wow. Well, it is very cool to see the entirety of the player base coming together to actually support the players that they want to see do well. So,
Yeah, but I lost. I let everyone down.
Well, you got 3rd place, man. It was a good placement, and you very well could have. And
No
I
one
believe
remembers
in-
3rd. Honestly, who won 2nd? I don't remember. Actually, I remember because I played. But don't think anyone remembers 2nd place? Hell no. Okay,
Well-
I'm gonna remember, but no one else is.
Only the future will tell, and you know what? I believe that a set 6, set 7, whatever it is in the future, we'll see you back at Worlds, and maybe you'll make the final run and bring back a 1st.
Yeah, I did the math. The odds are like with the same format to make it a World Finals. Probably like 1 in 10. But the thing is, that's with the current format, which probably won't happen again because there'll probably be more players because this regional is 16, so probably more. So the odds to make it back is probably much worse. So.
I mean, the odds are better if you're just better than everyone else, right? You can just get a little bit of high roll, right?
I mean, still odds are still rough, you know.
Yeah.
So like at best, you have like, it's pretty rough. Okay, it's rough. Odds are bad.
Man, you need some positivity, man. You're like
No,
Eeyore.
I mean you
That's
have to
what
be
you
realistic. Thing is, if you say your goal is you're gonna qualify every year to Worlds, like, yeah, that's not gonna happen. You know. Like even if you're the best player, you're not gonna qualify every year. Like that's just impossible. I mean, no one's qualified all 3 times. You know. Exactly.
That's fair. But I think if you're going to say
These
that,
amount of,
if you're going to say that, then you also have to be less hard on yourself when you don't come up with a 1st place, right? Because there's going to be a level of variance, and your chance to get 1st might not have come. Maybe you just high rolled your turn that was supposed to be a 7th place, and you turned it into a 3rd. And next time you're going to have a 4th that you'll turn into a 1st, right? You got to see.
Oh yeah, maybe. But that means I have to play TFT for another 10 years to see.
Well, we'll see. But you know what, Milk, those are all the questions I had for you.
Okay.
Typically, this is the part where you give your shout out. You kind of just did that before.
Oh, yeah.
Is there anyone else you'd want to shout out before we go?
Oh, yes. I'd like to shout out Blackpink for making good music.
All right. Well, Milk, again, thank you so much for joining me. For everyone who's listened to this interview, thank you guys for getting all the way through. For more TFT coverage and content, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys want your questions featured, make sure to follow me on Twitter so that you can see what the next interview is going to be. And I'll catch you next time.